Well. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live watch along we're doing with Matish's weird lighting effects in the background. United versus City. It's a day to be dirty, my friends, and root for United, sadly. Matish even has the jersey in the background and shit. It's very disturbing times here, Maka, that we have to root for United today. But the beauty of this game, I felt, was in terms of picking a game for watch along, even if things go south and City starts like hammering them, then we get to make fun of United. So we can just turn on them midway through the game.
It's a win-win for us, one way or the other. Morally or sportily, it's a win-win. But I just feel awful. I feel like I'm going to have to scrub with 10 Brillo pads after this game, wanting United to score goals. And also hoping Harry Maguire doesn't get on the... Oh, he's not even on the bench. Oh, great. Look, it's a good day.
No, he's not even on the bench. Yes. Mateusz, you had some technical difficulties, but made it just in time.
Yeah, I hope the blue screen wasn't a foreboding of what's going to happen here in the next 2 hours, but I haven't showered.
I believe it's called the Everton screen of death now.
Right, Matt can tell me, but like for some reason, I'm still trying to not use that word too much around here because if I feel like if I keep saying it, it's going to happen more and more and more. But I haven't showered yet because, to Maka's point, there's going to be a lot of uncleanliness going on throughout this game today. So it's gonna take a nice long shower afterwards to wash everything off.
Well, game is about to kick off, but let's take a look at this. Let me see if I can figure this out and somehow share this into the screen over here. There we go. There is the lineup right there. What is the insistence of putting Bruno Fernandes on the wing? I will never understand. But honestly, looking at these lineups, Maka, I don't know how much of a hope we have.
None. They've got Johnny Evans at the back. Come on. The only thing I can think of is that they do what they did with us and they just sit back and make it a frustrating game for City and then hope that De Bruyne and Haaland have an off game and that a blimp collapses onto the stadium with 0 fatalities but stops the game. We're looking for a miracle for United to win, but, as we said, it works either way for us. They win, we're happy. They lose, we're happy. It's great.
Do we have more of a hope, Mateusz, because it's like it's kind of like similar to us versus Everton on paper. Yeah, we should smash him, but it's always a tough game regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. I think anytime you go into a derby, even if the two sides aren't at the same level, there is still, at the end of the day, the emotions that run high with what this is. And I feel like a lot of United fans, if not the players, still feel like that City itself is still red, even though City has been better the last decade. But the fact of the matter is, as far as global recognition, as far as global fans, United is still, head and shoulders above where City is. So I think they still view themselves as a bigger club, and they want to make a statement. And we hope that today's the day they make that statement, honestly.
Yeah, it's honestly, if you ultimately, do you not have more respect as much as I have hatred for him? But ultimately, that hatred comes a little bit due to the respect we probably have to United as a club more than City, Maka, overall, especially us old farts.
City are plastics for a reason, just like Chelsea. It's bought success, whereas for the large part, United and Liverpool's success was organic since the 60s. They're the two biggest clubs in England for a reason, no matter how much money City or Chelsea may have or have had. But for United, it's just like from when I grew up, we were the club, we were like the working class club, and United were like the glamour club that didn't win anything, but everybody wanted to buy all their merchandise. And this is talking the 80s. This is even before the Premier League started.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always a bit more with United. I'm just getting distracted now because they're already defending the corner.
And man, Onana in goal is just definitely not something to.
It doesn't inspire confidence, does it?
No, right? So it's just like that was a well done setup, though. By the way, that was beautifully done. And honestly, Onana really has the best view of all the goals because That dude watches so many freaking shots just go in.
Say again. I'm getting distracted. They're not defending. They're on edge, and I don't even like this club.
Brian says, I feel dirty watching this match. Honestly, it's just like, yeah, like having to root for United is just ew. But what are you gonna do?
See, my dad's a City fan, so you know.
Okay, so how did that happen?
He was in the military, and he was stationed in England, and he was actually stationed in Nottingham for some reason, but in the 60s. So they went to he used to go to Manchester for nights out because apparently there was no nights out in Nottingham in 1960 or whatever, 66, 67. That was the famous City team that won the league. The Joe Mercer and Malcolm Allison managed one that had Summerby and Bell, and I can never remember the other one. But that he went on the old kit pack stand. He went to see them when it was probably like 2 shillings 6 pence, and your firstborn child, which was me, and then that's how he got into it.
Oh, that's a penalty shot. Meanwhile, so your dad was a plastic of the 60s, late 60s. That was
pretty much, yeah.
Okay, this is sadly looking like a matter of time.
Already, and we're already 3 minutes in.
Yeah, we're 3 minutes in, and all hope is lost.
It's fine. It's fine. We've seen City play games like this against Palace, where they've got 70 minutes of just onslaught and nothing happens, and I mean they eventually score 3 in the last 10, but there's still time.
To be fair, though, that's a better team in Palace.
Oh, that's not a pen. Good call.
Sparky says 6-1 City win. Sparky's dad is a United fan. See, my brother, obviously, I talk about that bastard a lot. He's a United fan. I even told him, I'm like, it's going to be, he's like, I think he said something along the lines of you bastards when I told him that we're doing a watch along and rooting for United. He did say yesterday, like, how lucky we were and stuff like that. But I think, if your team does it, it's mentality. If another team does it, it's luck, right?
Yeah. It's all about perspective. And just like players that you grow to love on your own club that are universally hated, Robertson, you can imagine that a lot of other fans hate because he's just a shit house, but we can't get enough of him, right?
Yeah, I think some guys like that you want to almost have on your team, and yeah, you only love them if they're on your team. But honestly, not even a lot of United fans love Fernandez, to be fair.
No.
But I think it goes back to the shithousery versus. I just don't want to call him a cheat, but you know what I mean? Like he does some things that you wouldn't want your player to do, and you would find it hard to stand behind.
The embellishment of the knowing things. Yeah, absolutely. I see Sparky Parky asking, where's the Liverpool bar in Chicago? It's called AJ Hudson's, and I can't tell you where it is other than that it is in Chicago. So that's
a wealth of information.
Look it up on Google, my friend. Or
it is in the city. There's supposed to be another location in Elmhurst, I think.
Yes,
I'm a couple of hours away from it too, so we're like really.
Well, actually, if you guys take the time right now, if you head on over to AmericanScouser.com and you take a look at the supporters, the bar map, you can find all of the bars and places where you can find Liverpool, whatever city you're in. That's the plug of the day.
That is the plug of the. Oh, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Yeah, but that's basically.
At least they know where it is. At least they know where the City goal is. That's a good thing.
Hey, Mecca, this is a much better experience than the last time we did this because we're all on the same time. Before, Mecca was either 10 seconds ahead of me or 10 seconds behind me, and we never knew which one it was.
I don't know. We made this work so far. Yeah, see, even Jamie is plugging the map over here. Come on, Sparky. I expect Sparky to be sharing the map, actually, but
I would like to say this kit was buried at the bottom of all of my clothes because I had retired it until yesterday, and I felt like it was the appropriate time to bring it out. So,
which kit is that? The goalie kit?
It's this year's purple.
Oh, I really like that actually.
It just felt a bit cursed, but all
What
is well.
was the initial curse on that? What game was that?
It was a Spurs game, wasn't it?
Ah, that's why probably. Yeah, I really like that. I mean, usually those are the kits I go for. You can own only so many red kits, like home kits, But yeah, that's the one I like. I honestly somehow we put out better goalie kits. I don't know if Ellison himself is designing them or what, but
Well, now he's got time as he's sitting on the bench.
yeah, by the way, how lucky have we been with Keller's performances? I don't want to say lucky, but I'm definitely want to be pleasantly surprised, to be honest.
He's been great.
You're replacing a number one in the world. Look at Onana, just commanding his box.
It's the one time in the game he's going to look like an actual goalkeeper.
He inspires so much confidence, doesn't he?
He does, yes. Well, he just killed another 15 seconds, so kudos to him. And an assist by Onana.
Was he on?
I don't know. Oh, shit, if that's in. Whoa! Look at Rashford. Everybody in United loves him now.
Always been a fan. Always been a fan. Never hated him for a single second.
Second assist for Onana.
Wow.
Isn't that what they call it in hockey? A second assist.
Yes, that was a hell of a fucking goal, man. That was a hell of a goal.
That was a hell of a goal. If he's on, see, these are the times where the dogs and I are just waiting for the replay before we run to the snack jar. Because
you give them the snacks at the time. I thought you were saving them for the end of games.
No. Come on now, because they know he's off.
No. He stepped back.
And the dude on the bottom of the screen, I think is keeping him on.
Keeping him on.
It's United for once. Let's give it.
Wow,
Holy shit, that's a shot, dude.
Goal.
I hope he's on.
Yeah, that snack thing is a proper Pavlov thing altogether, that is.
Yeah, basically, the way it works is when we score, they get a snack. At the end of the game, they get 3 snacks for 3 points. So when the goal happens, they know, well, obviously by my reaction, not to mention by commentary, because sometimes, unfortunately, they don't know if the opposite team scored, because then they still get excited. They're like, "Well, something is happening." But so we kind of watch the replay. They're waiting. They literally sits and waits. Especially Stitch knows what's going on, and then once it happens, we go get the snacks. It's immediate rewards, my friends.
I thought they were showing Pep there for a moment.
Yeah, no, I literally thought that.
Even he acknowledged what a great shot that was.
That would have been the ultimate in mind games, celebrating the opposition scoring against you.
Oh, no. Kill another assist by no. Hold it. Kill another 15 seconds. Wait. Things got really interesting here, people. By the way, if you're watching us live right now, do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Even if you're watching on Facebook, you can hop on over there as well. We're currently on this broadcast is on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook.
Pep Guardiola's worried face always looks like he forgot to go to the bathroom just before the game started.
They look like twins there, honestly.
I mean, I can use a twin-like performance from... you guys are making me... I mean, this makes me nervous when we do it. This is not as bad, to be honest, but look at Onana just fucking spraying out passes here.
It's going to go back to him, though. That's a stupid thing. There we go. That's the problem.
You did so well. Do it again.
He does well in the force phase, but then after that,
the more
you go back to him, the
what
more
the
chance
hell?
you have.
He's their number 10.
I've been making a mistake because it's Onana, and he will.
Corner. Oh, God. He has to be. I think he has taken over Neymar. Maybe because Neymar is so relevant now, and I don't see enough of him, but he has definitely taken over the top spot for my most hated player.
And Neymar, I think he tore his ACL, didn't he? He's been out for a while.
Neymar has been really. How has he played more than 6 games in a row in the last 10 years?
It's Saudi Arabia, so I don't know if it can even count.
It's the heat.
It's not the heat that gets you. It's the humidity.
It is the humidity over there, by the way. Having been
And
there,
the oppression.
that's true. Yes. Yeah, the heat over there, the humidity is pretty obnoxious.
I mean, it's not just the beard and the hairstyle, the lack of hairstyle. It's the fact that they both wore the same coat as well.
Yes,
almost.
everything down to the shoes. I think they're just calling each other up before the match.
Jamie says his daughter's first words other than mom and dada were goal, which I can definitely see.
Just
But then
based
again,
on Anna's past history, corners are going to terrify me in this game for the rest of it.
Yeah, there's only 80 minutes to go.
I mean, here's the thing, though. We have a goal in hand, too. So
Here's a good question sparked from Jamie mentioned, talks of Kelleher being so, especially past summer. I think there were many talks of a certain amount for Kelleher. Obviously, he's young relatively for a goalkeeper, especially.
Mhm.
And Allison, he's not old by any means, but he's 30, 31, a little bit of injury problem. Oh, I'll just take a moment there.
Look
Okay.
at that.
For De Bruyne, okay. Yeah, just boot it. Is there a world? Or is this just an overreaction? Is there a world?
No. Yeah, I think I'm already ready for the question. I'm just waiting to bat it down. Go ahead.
Where you take the extra 7 years, 6-7 years you get from Kelleher right now, and you cash in on Allison?
Nah, I wouldn't even think about it. To be
When not even a consideration.
I wouldn't even. I mean, and that's unfair on Kelleher because you are comparing him to Allison.
Yes.
And we're looking at a very small sample sizing and running with it here. Like I say, including myself, I'll be the first one to admit I had like big doubts going into this run with not having him. Oh shit. Look at Onana. Onana is going to be our favorite guy today.
Speaking of the best keeper in the Premier League right there.
Yes, there you go. I mean, that's the problem. I think like we're kind of unfairly comparing him whenever we talk about him to the number one. But yeah, I would not swap out Ellison for anybody.
I think Bickler makes a good point though. He wants to win that number one spot back for Ireland.
He has to go elsewhere. He has to
go somewhere else because Bazunu has it right now, I believe. And there's a new manager coming in. So if he wants to, right now it's John O'Shea, though, to be fair, is the interim Ireland manager. So he doesn't have anything to worry about right now because we're not going to do anything. But if we get a decent manager in, he's going to want to be impressing him. And he can't do that from the Liverpool bench.
And not to mention, I mean, especially for a goalie, I mean, we're talking about, how a run of games and stuff like that, especially for a goalie. Well, I mean, yeah, you're not going to want to put someone, only Turkey puts people on their lineup who don't normally play for their teams, I think. Does Poland do that over there?
Oh, yeah, it's a name thing. If you've got the name, you've got the start kind of thing. I think the same thing with Turkey, right? Like you have those certain players, it just seems like they're guaranteed time, even if they're not playing at all at the club level.
Ooh. Kevin De Bruyne is shit.
We'll take. You just jinxed it. You literally just jinxed it. But we'll take those wild swipes from De Bruyne all day, I think.
I've never said anything about Kevin De Bruyne while working at AmericanScouser, ever.
Yeah, you have.
Shut up.
There are records, damn it. Don't make me search over this score here. Man, what a goal this is. And it was going to take something like this, to be fair. Oh, Jesus. I mean, the fact that Evans is in the starting 11, I think, is comical in some ways.
Well, he's the man to shut down Holland. I think that's what we know today.
Yeah, that'll be the storyline.
It's just that veteran presence. That's what you need against Erling Haaland.
But it's the veteran presence of Johnny Evans.
But I mean, the good thing, I guess, is in some ways, every passing game, Kelleher's price is going up. I mean, we'd love to keep him, but you would think Holy cow.
Number 2.
Oh,
No,
come on.
Marcus. You're
Professional
absolute
player, my
shit.
ass.
God dang it, dude.
Always hated him.
Yeah, I hated him about 10 minutes ago. For sure.
Oh, dude, that was
You-
gonna be an
You
easy
two,
number
you two
2.
were all like, "Oh, Rashford's the best player ever. He should go to Liverpool." But I was like, "No. He kicks
Honestly,
kittens."
watching United's like one of the few guys that I have more difficulty hating, if that makes sense, in Rashford.
That's for non-soccer stuff, though. Like, he's actually a decent
Yeah,
human
I think
being,
that
unlike
has
the
like
rest
a
of the
big
players.
impact on it. Like because of that, it's
Yeah.
harder to hate on him, I think. But yeah, not as like his attitude and stuff sometimes is so shit. But then again, he's playing on that team, so can you blame him?
Yeah. How can your attitude be good?
He's
That's
captain
the
of
thing, the
Bruno
chicken and
Fernandes.
egg thing. How many of these guys, like out of the squad of United, who would you take to our team?
Nobody.
Like you wouldn't take Rashford, for example. You think if Rashford plays with our system, our mentality, would he not change his mentality? I know it's a chicken and egg conversation, but
I think if this
watch the
was
second goal real
if
quick.
this was 2-3 years ago, and we're talking Sadio potentially leaving soon, not necessarily having Diaz yet, I would take Rashford.
Yeah, I'll go with that one. But the current one, there's not enough upside.
I think that's where I'm at. And I mean, if they pull this one off,
Dude, who is the idiot that set an offside trap by himself?
Onana!
Thank God for Onana. Who is the guy who set a trap all by himself and left the guy on the right, didn't send in the memo like, hey, we're pulling up?
I think that was Lindelof.
I mean, yeah, this is 72 minutes of hell.
If they pull off this clean sheet, I would take Johnny Evans just for the locker room.
For depth.
I mean, I'd like to say Johnny Evans has extended his career because he looked after himself, but it's because he didn't play much because he was always injured.
By the way, Jamie says Bilic has been mentioned for your guys' managerial job.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah, he's.
I don't know whether we have any money to pay him though. The FAI is like zero money because they gave it all to the previous CEO and his mates. So unless Bilic wants to play for some mashed potatoes, I don't know how likely it is. That was the right idea, but it was about 2 touches too late.
And Garnacho, yeah, right. And then Garnacho just gave up.
2 touches
Otherwise,
earlier.
He probably could have gotten that ball that got deflected. But back to our default settings. And this is what I worry about United games, by the way, because this is what they do well. You gotta, when like the City, those chances, you gotta score those chances and force them to come out. Because if they can do this and get away with it, that's when they're dangerous, I feel like, when they can counter. And to be fair, City is vulnerable against the counter too, especially this season.
Yeah.
Well, people, 20 minutes in, how are we feeling?
Dirty still. I mean, I have to give Johnny Evans credit.
That's not going to wash off for a week.
Yeah,
I got news for you.
There's not enough communion in the world to take between that sin.
I was going to say, did you ask at work, like, what you can do? How to get this off your system?
I think it's 1,700 Hail Marys and 500 Our Fathers.
I'll split them with you if it means United wins.
We'll all do like.
Actually, we shouldn't have to do anything. I'm Irish and you're Polish.
We'll do 400 each.
What was that, Mecca?
I said we shouldn't have to do any because I'm Irish and you're Polish. We're like the proper Catholics.
Yeah, if you're practicing.
Hey, shit! I'm Turkish, so I'm
gonna quote Paul Rudd. I'm not practicing. I've perfected it. The only thing I like about it is that City tend to start to get frustrated then and almost turn into a Brendan Rodgers team for a while, where they're just trying to keep the ball and move it around. And I think we saw in the game against us that United can on a good day, be disciplined enough to not fall for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then they also have Johnny Evans.
But it was the same thing that game. I mean, we had a bazillion shots. You just got to finish. And once you get one in, that's why when we beat him, it has always been ugly, like 4, 5, 7 and shit. Because once you get that one in and they can't do what they do or what they plan to do initially, it just falls apart because they just don't have the discipline and they don't have like the team thing going. People start giving up on each other. How does City do this so easily against every team? That run to the end line is there every freaking time I watch the team, and they do it with like ease.
Pardon me.
Was that? I think that was. I think they lull you so much going back and forth that you just.
Here comes another assist bouncing off of City head.
But I think the thing is if you look at it, what they do, there's nothing special or magical. It's the basic stuff we all learned when we were players as like 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds. They just do it at an enormous amount of speed. And like I think it catches a lot of players.
And I think the touches are really good. Holy shit! Oh
no!
Oh, come on! Oh, come on! Professional player, my ass.
Wow, dude. You could have had a hat trick by now.
You know who started that break, though? Johnny Evans.
Sign that man. I'm going to regret this. He's going to be like playing like a miracle game against us, too. I just like how United signed them like really quietly. I think that's like a textbook thing where they didn't want to get the wrath of the fans. Because if they announced they were signing, bringing back Evans, were signing it, people would have gone ape shit. They kind of like eased them in. First, he was just practicing with him to get in shape. Before you know it, maybe he'll just stick around a little bit. And then before you know it, he's starting. Like it's just like, wait, what? Like I thought he was just practicing with us.
He just hasn't left. We can't make him leave either.
Yeah.
He signed the paperwork. What paperwork? I don't remember.
We might have signed the contract. What do you guys think of Doku?
It was the visitor's guest book. That's what it was.
I like Doku. I remember we talked about Doku. I think maybe it was even 2 years ago about coming to Liverpool. But I like Doku. I hate that he plays for City. I think that's the worst part.
There is no way that's a penalty. His hands were like on his body, even if it is a handball. I mean, there's no way. What is he supposed to do?
Yeah, that's going against his. That's hitting his stomach at that point.
I prefer Doku when he was in Star Wars.
He was unstoppable. Look at Onana commanding that box, man. What a day.
Maybe he thinks he can go and play for City at some point.
This is his audition.
Because there is an awful lot of transfer between City and United, like more than there ever would be between Everton and Liverpool and United and Liverpool.
Ooh. Yeah, maybe that's what they told him. Like Ten Hag is like, I'm going to look like Pep. You're going to look like them.
Or that's why he's dressed like Pep. That's what it is. I'm going to be the next City manager, or I am Pep Onana. Do your best, and I'll sign you next year.
Jamie says, "I'm gonna be doing the same thing with Jay Spearman, but he's not starting for our like."
Yeah, he's not even sniffing the field at any point.
That's more like he's with kids, like a Big Brother figure or something like that.
But also,
I
think he's experienced doing his badges, so he's also like doing like coach and stuff. Oh, yeah, it's a joke. All right. Oh, Jamie with the jokes. Come on, man. Come on. This is serious stuff here.
There's no time for jokes during a Manchester derby.
Awful taste
seriously.
Wait a second. I mean, I might have to go start drinking again.
I might have to go get a second cup of Joe. Is what I have.
This is traumatic.
That's for halftime.
Is that what it is? I guess I can stick it out for another 20 minutes.
We usually just go blank screen.
Take a shower.
No, that's after the game.
Yeah, Brillo pads.
Run to the store to get some Brillo pads at halftime.
The store's a couple hours away, though.
I'll come by you to get that.
Do you know what I saw there on Facebook? A clip of the Wolves manager doing the Jurgen Klopp three fist pump thing at the end of the game yesterday.
I want to ask this because Klopp himself even said that. I mean, is this the first time a manager has done it? Because this has been a thing for players for decades in Turkey. Like decades. When I was like 5, this was happening.
I only know Klopp that does it in English football, like go like I don't want to say it's not rehearsed, but you know, an actual routine of 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's what he did. What Gary O'Neill did yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Yeah, like it's like just so. It's like all those 60 bands that wore the collarless suits because the Beatles did, but the Beatles only wore it once. So everybody else just looked stupid.
Yeah, because I mean, when I was going, I mean, they used to call it like basically like the fish show or whatever it was called.
The what?
Like they would
the
call
what?
It, yeah, exactly. That was what it's called. That's a direct translation. It's, to be fair, it sounds a lot cleaner in Turkish. But but you know, like they would call the player to the sideline by name, one by one, like during warm-ups, right? They would call the player, he would go over there, he would basically do what Klopp does, like 1, 2, 3, and then the last one, and then they would clap the fans back, they would go back into the warm-up circle, call the next guy up, and usually the most popular players, at least 6, 7 of them, would be called. Even worse, I remember different stands would call the guy at different times. So like he would go back in the circle, then he would go back, do the thing again and stuff like that. So like, I mean, I grew up with it. I know people are making it look like it's a new invention, but is it a new invention for managers? I wonder, because like they would have the managers do it, but not like at the end of every game, like after every win or something like that.
Good tackle.
That is a good tackle, actually. Really this is a good chance right here. Make Garnacho run.
Make the run.
Can I make a proposal for Patreon? Timothy has to run a show called The Fist Show. We don't know what the contents are yet, but we know the title.
I think that will be an attraction by itself. People will subscribe just to see what the Fist Show is.
But we should put a P in front of it, like PFIST, just to make it all innocent.
Throw a little flavor in there,
and it will be just me showing my face.
I don't think flavor and a fist show are two things you want to combine there.
The flavor in a non flavorful way. I have nothing to say back to that. Well, Jamie comments, ex-players becoming commentators. Look at that.
Good, actually. That's a good question. So who out of now?
Bravo.
That's a good shout. Trent for LFC TV.
Who else?
Van Dijk.
Well, Van Dijk wouldn't be
Van Dijk being bothered enough to sit over there and watch a game. He just doesn't look like he would.
True, yeah.
He's like, ugh, I'll do it if I don't have to watch the game.
What? Just stop giving him the ball back around the box. Come on.
It's amazing how he could have one of the best goals of the season and then look like absolute dog shit the rest of the game.
I was just thinking the same thing. He hasn't done shit since.
Unbelievable.
I mean, I'll take it, but really, if he was like a bit more effective, he would have had a hat trick. At least he would have had a brace by now, and they would have had to keep the ball a bit more. Jesus. Who's on the right side? Damn it.
Yeah, there's literally nobody running anywhere.
Well, they don't want to leave the back.
You know what's like, and I start a slightly serious but slightly tongue-in-cheek point. It's really frustrating to watch other high-level teams that don't have a plan, given how much of a plan we have, regardless of who we put out on the field. Like, we're so spoiled as Liverpool fans that our players are so organized and understand what they're supposed to be doing.
Do you put that on the players, or do you put that on the manager, or do you put that on? I almost like put it mostly on consistency, like the fact that they played in the system for so long, as opposed to people trying to figure out. See, he's like, you go here, I go there. He's like a fish.
But we've put the kids in, and they know exactly what they're supposed to be doing, which means there's a joined up plan from the first team all the way down to, I'm sure, whatever the youngest academy age is. But United's first team doesn't even know what they're supposed to be doing among the 11 on the field.
And that's my thing though. Like those kids, I was thinking about that. Like we even talked about it in one of the shows. Like the fact that they're very comfortable in their own skin because they know exactly what they need to do because they've been playing within this. Oh my god, playing in the system. If Nunez misses that, by the way, he gets a lot of shit. But what happens when, let's say, with Klopp leaving? Everything has to change now, doesn't it? Because if they're
that's my big concern. That's kind of why I like the idea of a manager coming in that's almost exactly a template of Klopp, as opposed to Alonso, who isn't. He has a completely different game system, and that's what my concern is that it won't suit the players we have, and results might not be what we expect, especially if we win things this year. He's taken over a successful team. You expect some measure of closeness to that success. So if he ends up like 7th or 8th in his 4th season, and everybody's going to say, oh, you got to give him time and all that, but then he's not going to get time, because if he needs the time to get his own players in or to get that system in, then the second season might not be a good one, and then he's in trouble, and that won't be fair to him. We're more patient, I think, as a fan culture, but even still.
So you're saying is no more cups and no league. What a save! Just to give the next manager as little pressure as possible.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, we should just give it up today. We should see if we can get Kelleher down in behind that goal there for Onana, or at least the other goal in the second half, and tell him to say things to him to dent his confidence, and then Alonso will be successful.
At this rate, you might be able to sell Kelleher and get Onana as a backup. And make money on top. How much did they pay for Onana?
Oh.
To the transfer markets we go.
60
quid.
60 pounds.
Yeah.
No, it's not what they should have paid.
They bought him at like TJ Maxx.
It says it's designer.
Yeah. But you know how like they try and advertise some of those things, and they have like the model picture of the person wearing the thing. It was actually Onana himself. He was there like wearing his own gear. I'll have that. Okay, go get in the back and get it from me. No, you can just take him. Just walk him out. You'll be fine. I think United are getting overconfident a little bit now, because they've got forward a few times.
Yeah, if you convert to dollars, it's 60 million. Well, and speaking of all of that, what do you think realistically a price for Kelleher could be? This would be the summer he would go.
More than what Onana cost. Let's start there.
Really?
I think he's a better keeper than Onana.
I think
he is, but
yeah, I think we can agree with that, but I don't know if the transfer value will.
I mean, the transfer market
around there
website shows 15, and I think that's a joke.
That is very low.
Look, the way I'm thinking of it is, if he was just sitting on the bench and having the occasional appearance in the cups, then yes. But he's won us a cup. He's kept the clean sheet and pulled off some marvelous saves. He has been the number one at Liverpool for the last few weeks, and I think that would probably add on to his value if we look to move him on at the end of the season.
But because of lack of,
just sell him to Celtic, sell him to Brendan Rodgers at Celtic. He'll pay 75 million for him.
He'll give the whole.
He doesn't know any better.
I don't know. 40? Is that asking too much? You think?
I think if you get 40 from him, I think that'd be great.
Speaking of going back to Doku, by the way, I feel like we give Diaz a lot of shit for being on the ball too long, and then even when he gets past the player, sometimes is like passing the final third. You can almost see what he sees and what he wants to do, but doesn't happen. I get the same thing with Doku, to be honest.
I feel like he's the least City transfer that City has had in the last 5 years. Aside from Calvin Phillips, that one was a really weird one.
To be fair, though, I mean, we were when we were hurting. Remember, like when we didn't have any midfielders. Well, kind of like now. At least we don't have him healthy now. We didn't even have him in the squad back then. It felt like we were like talking about Phillips, and we were like, it would not be too bad for the time being.
Yeah, there's
Ooh,
Phillips, and then I think Tyler Adams was the name thrown around a lot then too.
yes. Which is he? He's hurt again, isn't he?
Yeah, he's hurt.
Oh, here we go. That's a yellow. That should be a yellow, for example. That's stopping a counter. No, nothing.
Should be and will be are two different things, my friend.
Yes. I mean, that should be, to me, a very clear. If a defender does that, if a center back comes up and does that, it's an instant yellow just because it's a midfielder that did it and an attacking midfielder at that. He gets away with it. Or is it because it's City, he gets away with it?
Maybe it didn't look that harsh.
He
did it nicely.
If they're not going to get charged for FFP violations and over 100 of them, they're not going to get yellow cards for this.
I guess that's true. That's a foul.
Haaland's getting frustrated. You know what's funny though? De Bruyne's hair looks like what Haaland's hair would look like if you took it out with a ponytail right now. It's like like sprouted out like a chia pet.
Speaking of hair, do we respect Foden for sticking with it?
Yeah, why not?
Right? I mean, that's something to be said there. Being comfortable in your own skin. Because it's like, I think it's a universally agreed thing that... Right? I know you're the fashion representative here.
Don't even go there.
Mitsush, you're like the resident fashion guy, the Divock Origi, if you will, of
the Rick Martel.
Wow, thank you.
The Rick Martel of AmericanScouser TV.
I admire anyone that has the confidence to wear something like that all the time.
And you're the one who always gives us shit if we give somebody shit about their hair. So because I feel like listen to see, even if you talk shit,
yeah,
it has to be really bad.
I feel like it's such a weird thing to fixate on. Like
the first thing you see,
like Galley fixating on footballers having photo shoots with clothes. He can't get it out of his head. He hates it so much.
I mean, to be fair, you wouldn't want to be fixating on the players having photo shoots without the clothes. That'd be a more odd thing to fixate on.
Stay tuned for the fist show.
Admire the human body.
Maybe that's something we put in the new fist show.
That is the fist show there.
Which footballers can we see naked today? I mean, which?
That's out.
That's in.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is. I think. I'm trying. Damn it.
I just don't understand why modern defenders and modern midfielders head the ball straight back into the pack of players that you want to avoid.
Analytics.
Dude, I don't understand. What are these analytics? Who's doing the analytics? Attackers? Like, just put the ball back in the danger area.
You guys, listen. I have this idea. What if we develop these stats and go into all these teams to just?
I wonder if there's like a data analytics lobbying group that get paid off by players. If you tell everybody that you have to put the ball right into the left corner where most goals are scored from, let's do that. Just put that in there. Here's 40 grand.
There might be a monopoly of like these analytics guys, so they come up with whatever shit they want. Headed back towards the middle. Always clear the ball to the field, to the center of the field.
Or
that's like one of the first things you're taught as a defender is clear wide.
Better yet, don't even clear it at all. Like yesterday, just try to dribble out of the back.
Yeah, I was watching. There's a lot of angry Forest fans. Okay, let me ask you guys about that because I know one thing they're angry about that is whole that Konate thing. But the thing happened in the first half. Do I not know the rules right? That the drop ball, if the ball is stopped for an injury, the drop ball should go to the team that had possession.
Yeah,
because the same thing happened to us in the first half.
Yeah,
we were watching with Angel. I was like, why did they get the ball? I was like, we had the ball. just because their guy got hurt, why did they get the ball? But then that's what happened, and they're complaining about that it was for Kanate's injury. And oh shit, thank you.
Oh.
Shit.
KDV. I think
De Bruyne has ponytail hair.
It's the hair.
I'm just glad that there was consistency in both of those calls, whether it went the one way, the right way, or the other way. As long as they were both done the same way, I think that's what's important. And I understand why they were upset because of the rule, but the fact that it was done the way it was in the first half made sense to why it was done in the second half. And that's it. That's for me. That's moot.
And I don't know when that. I got to go back and watch the game to see when that was. Obviously, they're complaining about that, and they're complaining about the fact that we played past the 8 minutes kind of thing.
The Dominguez head injury, I think it was the 37th minute.
Oh no, I was talking about did something happen? Because I was first, hey, the Dan's goalie injury thing happens in extra time, but it did not when we watched it back again. So did something happen for him to play it past the 8 minutes in overtime, like extra time?
And I think
there were
the two Forest players got yellow cards for time wasted.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Morgan Gibbs White had one. I can't remember the other one, but there was time wasting.
Okay. Because initially I was like, oh, I think that injury was then. Because then we kept playing even after the kickoff, which it was all fun and games until we scored. And I was like, okay, now you can end it. There's no need for this. 2 more minutes, people.
This looks like a training game, like where the defensive team, attack versus defense, where the defensive team aren't allowed to do anything with the ball,
and they got to get past
repetitions. They're actually just cones.
But that was the exercise, right? I mean, you had to be able to get past midfield with possession, and then you would get the points.
Oof,
dude, it's just fucking.
No, but Liverpool. No, it wasn't Liverpool. It was AC Milan under Saki used to have a drill where it was just the back four. I mean, it was the back four of Costa Corta and Maldini and Franco Baresi and all that.
Yeah, that was 7 people anyway.
Yeah, but the attackers would go in waves. So I think it was 5 attackers, and then as soon as the AC Milan back four won the ball, they had to pass it to the next player in the wave, and then that would come. They would come. So they just get constant repetition of having to defend outnumbered, which is probably what made them the best defense in Europe in the 1980s.
Yeah, that was just. I mean, that's when Serie A was the shit.
Well, see, this is exactly what this. It was a head in a drop injury, and then it went to the team with possession. So that's the way it's supposed to go.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! What the fuck?
I mean, this is like
Nunez.
Right, so does anybody know the Stephen King movie Stroke Story Thinner, where the fat lawyer has he insults some Romani gypsy family. He's hugely obese, and he gets coursed, so he can eat as much as he wants, but he keeps losing weight until he's essentially a skeleton. And the only way you can relieve the course is to pass it on to somebody else. I think that's what's happened here.
I never watched that movie. Damn it.
Nunez has passed the course of the easy miss onto Haaland for the rest of the season. That's what happened.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, that's crazy. Thank you, people.
Title winning moments.
This would be a great time to get a second right now.
Literally right now on this attack that you just passed the ball behind the player for.
Oh, it's Rashford. Have him take a shot from a mile away. That's the only thing he's doing. Ooh.
Bruno Fernandes doing Bruno Fernandes things.
And then McTominay did it without even meaning to. That was the funny part. He's like, I wasn't trying to be an asshole, just turned out.
It's like that. Springbugs. It's like that. Your drunken night out and one of your party starts a fight, and you're like, I'm not with him. I'm not with him at all. What do you mean? He's your identical twin? No. Freak of genetics. I don't know that guy.
Bickler says, imagine if that was Darwin. I mean, that was just, yeah.
Just endless. I think the one knock on Holland that I can see most often is that his attitude can get really, really bad, especially during games. Especially during games that City's being frustrated during. His attitude can be complete shit. Whereas Nunez, he doesn't ever care. He will just keep playing. Like
That's fair.
He knows he'll get the next chance or whatever. But Holland gets visibly very frustrated, pretty easily sometimes, honestly.
Yeah, if you're a center back, I think that's one thing. Mind you, it's not easy to frustrate the dude, but that was nicely set up. And
it was, but it's the same pattern. Like, do they not have scouts?
That's what I mean. How do they get to do it so easily every time? Like, they get to that end line so easily, it feels like. Even though you know they're gonna do that, and I know there's always the threat of cutting in or whatever, but still, like, it just feels like people are giving that to them, even though they score like that all the time. Okay, let's do another 27 seconds of this, whatever it is that we're doing. Okay. I guess one more corner kick to clear. Pep is like, how much is it going to take? One ball.
No. What are you doing is, am I Eric Ten Hag or am I Pep Guardiola? Which one am I? You got to guess. Which one am I?
Victor says Nunez will just get the straight red without the attitude. And that's the only thing that I worry about. He puts that frustration into his pressing and stuff, and
into
sometimes
stupid
goes
things
above and
yeah.
Okay, boys. So time to get another cup of Joe.
Job's not done, but we can take a happy break.
Yes, we can take a happy break. Go get the Brillo pads ready for full time, and we'll be back in 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it. All right, back in action, people.
We're here.
We are here. Well,
oh no.
we are here.
no. We lost one. The dirt got to him.
Yeah, Mecca went to get the Brillo pads and never came back. I don't wish injury on anyone, but
who's down? John Stones?
Stones, actually. If anybody, that would kind of. Here's a good question. Yeah, if you picked one guy and say, okay, if he's out of that lineup, they're going downhill, I would probably go with Rodri for
Rodri. Yeah, 100%.
If he's out of there,
yeah,
I think it kind of falls apart.
I think they'd be absolutely fine. Absolutely fine.
You think they'd be fine?
No. I'm saying, I was getting to it. I don't think there's anyone else on the team besides Rodri if they missed that they would feel more of. So I was saying they would be fine to an extent without Holland, without KDB. Obviously not all of them at once, but one player specifically, Rodri, would be the most difficult to be able to bounce back from.
There's Mecca. We were worried about you, man.
That tea took forever to boil.
Harry says they can't do it, can they? Hold on. Don't jinx anything, Harry. We're just sticking it out here. 44 minutes left.
We'll be saying the same thing when Sheffield United has Arsenal on the ropes tomorrow.
Yeah, I have like zero hope for that one. I think like if it was like Luton Town or somebody, I would have hope, but
it'll be a shame to see most likely all three promoted sides go down.
Are we too fixated on City, you guys think? Because as I like listen to fans and stuff like that too, like we're all kind of waiting for City to drop points and seeing City as the competition. Will Arsenal like sneak through while we're freaking killing each other with City?
I think the conversation between us and Arsenal become more serious if Arsenal beats City. I think until then, I don't think that's why I think the narrative is on City to drop points, because we are yet to see Arsenal take the points from City. But if Arsenal were to take points off City and somehow clip both, then that loss to them is going to hurt so much worse than it did at the time.
Yes. But here's another thing. I just had an extremely dirty thought here. I might save it for Patreon, but no.
Keep it for the fist show.
If this game ends like this, right? And next week against City, we get a favorable result. Even if it's a draw, if this game ends like this, it would be, in my eyes, favorable. We're gonna have to root for City in that watch along.
Yeah, that's eight. We just share the love. What else do you want?
And a horrible cross by
McTominay is only good in the box in stoppage time.
Yeah, he should not come on.
That's Marvin Fist show.
Foden in his hair. Blocked. I mean, hey, old joking aside, 41 minutes left.
Let's call it at least 46. There's going to be at least 5 minutes of stoppage time.
City time.
This is like shopping days till Christmas.
Yeah, but in that one, you're kind of like, you're okay with the winding down. Oh, dude,
what a touch from Onana.
Happen. And he's not.
Why would he just kick that out for that throw in there, not leather it down the field? Give the throw away further away.
You would think. Some crazy.
That's what I mean. Like, there's been such a push for everybody to play out from the back, and it's a sin to do anything that's agricultural, as we used to call it. It seems like players have forgotten how to do it.
Hey, you're a coaching guy. I always ask this, Mecca. When possession is so important, right? All these teams are like talk about building from the back and getting possession and stuff like that. Why do they just chug it up front in kickoff, whereas Normally, you would want the ball so you could recycle it and start attacking. Why not start attacking? I know what Mateusz
You
is
mean
going
from
to
the
say.
kickoff?
He's going to say analytics.
Do you mean from the kickoff?
Yeah, from the kickoff. I mean, when you want the ball, and normally, like, we do that in the kickoff, right? And then if we want the ball with our press, more than likely we were just going to pass it back and rebuild with like Van Dijk and Konate. Why chug it up front from kickoff? I mean, every team does it. It's not like something we do.
I don't know. Like my team's played a very direct game. Like when I coached, like so we just went to goal every time we got the ball, and it didn't really matter which way we did it, whether it was like passing on the ground or if we had a fast dribbler, we went through that, or if the other team were aggressive, we just went in behind them. Like that's the thing. Like when I came up in the coaching badges, it was all about reading the game, and you have to like players have to be intelligent enough to see what's actually happening and react to that rather than whatever your plan was that you were given beforehand, because it changes like that, as we all know.
I think it makes sense if you've got big forwards that you can boot it down to against smaller defenders, but that's not the case.
No, I would dispute that, because that assumes that the ball has to go central all the time. But if you play in behind the fullbacks, which is what I grew up in Ireland with Jack Charlton, you'll get the entire back four turned. And then you're playing the percentages game. Then, if it goes out for a throw in for them, it's down near their goal. So that's a pressing trap. You can sit right there, set right there. Rather, if you win it, then you're already behind their back four, running towards their own goal, and you're going towards their near post. And then if they win it with a clearance, then you're playing the second ball game. Then, which is why I love Klopp so much, because he does everything that Jack Charlton did. He just does it with more panache and an accent that you can understand.
Ooh, that was dangerous. I mean, to be fair, if I didn't tell you this was United versus City, this could very well be Luton Town against City.
Yes.
Right? I mean, like if I didn't tell you we were watching a Manchester derby.
Play him.
Uh-oh.
Like it's like that extra touch.
Shoot from there. I didn't see it until halftime, but my brother was like glowing about the goal. And then I gave him the news that I'm even rooting for them today, so that will really sour his mood, I would think. Realizing that this win makes us happy as well will probably will be the dagger. Oh, this is great. Keeping
so
possession. Number 2 is coming. Yeah, this is very un-United-like here.
It is, which is why it's got to fail.
Yeah. This is way too much build-up. This is way too much build-up.
It's unnecessary build-up, because they could have got in a few times there.
I'm okay. Every tech that ticks in our favor.
There it is.
Like, just go wide.
Except when they do that.
And then this is the worry here, because now they don't have 10 people behind the ball to defend. Thank God Foden had to fix his air and wait.
He didn't even touch it.
He doesn't have to touch it. That's the point, I think. Puts the helmet on in the morning and he's good to go. That's a foul. What?
Nope, but that is.
And that's somehow they're throwing. What is happening? I've never
not even a throw in. I
never see so many calls go against United, but I guess there's always City.
That was such a nice touch to bring that ball down. I don't understand him.
I think that's the dislikable part of Rashford is that he's just stupid. And he has
I just don't like his giving up attitude.
It's almost like, I hate to say it, but in a way, Trent-like at times. I think Timothy, I think you've mentioned it too.
Yes.
That there are moments where you can see he kind of drops his shoulders and just really takes himself out of the game. And then,
it's like, oh shucks, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
And here we go. See, that was a
See,
smart pass.
I thought you said Trump like there for a second. I was trying to figure out the connection there.
Oh, Trump. The hair.
The past didn't come to me. The past didn't come to me, so I just didn't run.
Oh,
Now,
this
play
is
him
it. This
now.
is it.
Now.
Go!
Ah,
Get up.
That's a yellow, but I don't even think that's a foul.
I mean, yellow for diving.
I think that's a bad selection to pass to the guy that Kyle Walker is running on, the very fastest guy. That's just a poor decision, I think, when you could have gone left and had a center back going against Garnacho, pace-wise.
But the like, if you passed it again 2 touches earlier, Kyle Walker has the decision to make.
God damn it.
Fuck off.
I mean, he tried that like 3-4 times and it got blocked, and not this time. That's offensive. I'm just kidding.
It's not. He's trying to kill Man City fans.
All 4 of them. There's I mean, that would get a ban in the NBA for sure. God.
Yikes.
I mean, it's a hell of a goal though.
I mean, here's the thing.
It's a
That's
great
so
goal, but it
easy
comes
to
from the
cut in
pass.
like that. What is
Yeah.
McTominay doing?
Remembering that he's McTominay.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know he's watching the runner, but he's not really watching the runner either. So you're not doing that. Might as well just block the shot.
What the hell, Onana? Could they bring this back for a foul? That's barely anything.
I mean, I guess it's a foul, but it's so freaking soft. Are they watching it? Or do we already restart? Oh, we already restarted.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, that would be way too soft, to be honest with you. And just like that, we're back to square one, people. But now, instead of 90, we have 33 minutes.
We still take the draw.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That goal bought us like 50 minutes of hope.
Yes. Oh, and
This
Ten
could
Hag
have
with the
feels like
yellow.
to be an Everton fan. Being killed by hope every single day.
Who? That has to be a United fan throwing that. There are no City fans. What's happening? Oh, just pick it up and throw it away, bro. Wait, we're gonna get the. See, this is the difference between the Turkish league and the Premier League. Turkish league, they would just put that, throw it on the side, and let the fans suck in the smoke. Now they're gonna bring the buckets and the chemicals, and it's gonna be like a bomb defusal. Two ridiculous goals, to be fair.
Yeah.
We got to see.
Yeah,
But
2 great goals.
yeah, that's a what, 1 game ban in the NBA.
At least. You can't even look at players anymore without getting teed up. So just imagine you did a celebration like that. Yeah, Doku's been bad.
I just feel like, he looks so flashy, but the end result is not there. And I think
That's because of the frosted tips.
It's almost like a Saint Maximin, right?
yes,
Good player, fun to watch, but that's pretty much it.
I mean, you look at the stats there, man. I just like literally looked at the screen to my left and saw the stats that we're sharing, and that looks pretty ridiculous.
It's like FIFA. Except usually it's like 4-1 at this point.
And that's why when we play United, we're gonna need like a Szoboszlai goal or something like that from out there. What is going on?
Free kick?
Oh, fucking hell.
I mean, this would be the moment they would concede again. I feel like it's either going to all fall apart here or they hold on.
Yeah, they got to kill these like next 5 to 10 minutes to have a shot at it. Or we're gonna switch to United bashing mode. Initiated. I got it ready to go over here. Just press the button. I mean, to be fair, that's some shot on Anna. Is that like a great game?
Yeah. Should have saved it still.
Ideally, yeah. In an ideal world, yeah.
He looks small for a keeper, though.
By the way, speaking of gaming, we are going to start recording our Patreon gaming stuff. And let me see the name of the game again, because I keep forgetting.
Football Tactics and Glory.
Oh, you've been scouting it, eh?
No, I haven't. It's just in my head.
Yeah, it's kind of like an intro. We were going back and forth between FIFA and Football Manager. I was like, let's do this, because I like put in a couple of hours before, and it was getting really complicated. And I remember like I was on like vacation. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna have time for this on that day. This is getting really complicated. But it's almost like a turn-based strategy soccer game. So it's kind of has like interesting aspects to it, and it gets really, really complicated. It looks like so. I'm assuming we're going to be fighting over the shape of our nose the first episode for like 20 minutes with Matosh. Anyway, so.
I don't care what the manager looks like as long as we get some actual good game time in. Because I don't know how it's going to go. It could be disastrous for all that we know.
I mean, for all we guess, it will be disastrous. Ay, ay, ay. Really, if they could string one pass out of there, they had numbers again. But instead of dribbling out of there, just put it in front of Garnacho and Rashford, and that's really your only hope. This is really a pathetic performance. I guess this is what they did against us too, but we just didn't have that miracle shot to score. I like how Rashford looks like he's running, but he's just jogging around, like not really defending. That's just he's there.
Here's the funny part of it is that United look like a relegation threatened team playing against Manchester City, and they're happy for the point.
Yes,
right now.
they need this point. This time of season, it can go a long way, kind of, kind of a deal going. Yeah, I mean, look at the stats, dude. That looks pretty ridiculous. Brian Shelton says only a matter of time before City scores. It's looking like it's. I mean, but then again, we said that in the beginning, and it did take a wonder shot for them to get a goal, but. I mean, I don't think Rashford has done anything positive since that goal. And when was that? Like 8th minute or something?
Yeah, that was really early. Because Højlund is hurt, so who does United even have to come off the bench? Honestly,
Evans' brother. I have no idea.
Johnny Evans.
Amrabat.
He'll change the game, but not
in
the way we want him to.
I mean, yeah, you can't sustain this for 27 minutes. I'm sorry. It's not even like they get the occasional ball and they can, buy themselves like 30 seconds, 45 seconds with a foul or something like that. It's nonstop.
Yeah. Pretty much Ericsson and Anthony is all that.
Oh, Anthony will come in. Probably for Rashford. Oh, here we go. We just jinxed him. Onana is injured.
Our time wasted.
Yeah, his feelings are hurt. Oh, muscle cramp.
Wait, does that mean we'll see a Turkish keeper in?
Ooh, that will be ultimate comedy if that happens. And I loved Altay as a player, but I mean, Jabba ref is like, I'll take the ball. You pull your muscle together. The ref seems bummed out. It's like,
this drop ball is going to go to Nottingham Forest.
I think he pulled a hammy. Altay could be coming in.
I'll tell you what. If he has a great game, we'll be really happy.
He's furiously strong.
Like I say, I loved Altay as a player. Initially, he was like a great, promising young goalkeeper and everything. Who's Pep yelling at?
That's Ten Hag.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, sorry.
Way to reel that one in.
Shit.
He's yelling at the physio. I told you guys to check his hamstring.
I think that was the reaction after the goal and the non-call and the Rashford foul.
Oh. I don't know. It would have been extremely soft. He's like, no, I was just killing time. See, we were getting hammered.
No, hamstring is really hurting.
Now he's going to kick with that hamstring. Let me show you guys how good it is. It's this good. Okay, let me throw you under the bus here. I mean, what was that? Seriously.
That was the weirdest drop ball I've ever seen.
Why is everything so damn late? Oh, yeah.
Bruno's been invisible this game, honestly.
Hold on, we're making something happen here.
Been
Possession for more than
complain.
15 seconds and counting. We need Anthony to come in and earn his paycheck.
If this is the moment he comes in and scores, that's fine. I'm happy.
How does United go and seek out these extremely annoying individuals? Like, that has to be.
Do you know that game? Guess Who? You know, does he have glasses? Does she have hair? Is it a male? And then you click. They do that by virtues, positive ones, and then whoever's left with all the negative ones, they go, right. That's the list. Go get them.
Who is not annoying? Is he likable? And then yeah, I mean, they just like seek out. I mean, I don't think. I don't know. Like, would it be different if Anthony's playing for us? Will we like him?
No, because I think there's
I mean, he's bad for
like
one.
personal history there though too. I mean, not history in the sense of 5 years ago, but wasn't it 6-ish months ago where that harassment and the abuse came out?
Oh yes, that's true.
So I mean, they
did a good job of making us forget that. I actually had forgotten about that. Good point.
Yeah, I think it's like player characters. I think it's
It
been
was gaslighting.
A big. We've talked about this on the morning show. That's been a huge. A benefit, I guess, for the way our club's been run is that the character part of it is very important, and I feel like that gets taken seriously. It's not just said that we take a look into players' characters. We actually do look into player character for the most part, or we just gotten supremely lucky all this time.
He dove on that dude. I mean, it's probably a foul, but he was never going to stay up.
So here's the thing I just noticed there. The microphone that the ref has, and with his hairstyle, every time he turns at a certain angle, he looks like Hitler. It sticks right there because it's so high up on his face.
Oh, now I gotta watch that. Damn it!
Oh, all those names I mentioned, and
who is this? He looks like Fred, but he's younger version. I was like, I just saw him play for Fenerbahce yesterday. He's here today.
Oh no, the brick wall is gone.
Yeah, there we go. It's about to all go downhill from here.
Who is this kid?
Show yourself.
It's Johnny Evans' grandson.
Willie Kambwala.
Sounds made up.
Ten Hag's kids. Here we go.
Yeah, this is not very promising. I mean, it's pretty sad when you're worried because Evans left, but this free kick by itself is not very promising. Zero faith in Onana in these situations. Can somebody sky this? Killing some quality time over here if this doesn't go in, though, that's for sure.
I hate this so much.
His hair looks like a bunch of copper wires sticking out of a bucket.
It doesn't look great.
Really? I thought you'd be all over that.
No, I mean
he's got a little Mateusz going.
No, his is that's a middle part. That is not the same.
This is tense.
It's a very 90s look.
Thank God, all this for this.
This reminds me of us under Hodgson, like just giving up and hoping to not concede more.
Yeah, I mean, really, I don't even understand. You just have to be. I mean, they're just hoping for luck, basically, at this point. It's funny that United fans talk shit about Mourinho and he doesn't play United's football, blah blah blah. And I mean, what the hell is this?
Whew.
Even
Well,
Mourinho wouldn't sit back this far deep.
His game plan had a plan for counter attacking, like actual attacking.
At least, right? I mean, this is just like you say. If I didn't tell you it's United, it's like watching Luton Town. They were probably more aggressive going against City.
Well, especially, I mean, to Luton's credit, at home they do play well,
Yeah.
and then they will. They actually are willing to take chances.
I mean, this is just. I don't know.
Yeah, it
Like,
feels like
Burnley made more of a go of it.
Yeah, it feels like United's playing for penalties, and then they're going to forget that there are no penalties, and they're going to go, wait, what the fuck?
If you went out there and told United, hey, 1-1, you guys want to go? They'll be just like, before you finish your sentence, they'd be in the fucking locker room, running down the tunnel. I mean, seriously.
Hey, that's better though, right? I mean, we talked about just booting it sometimes, and sometimes you just have to.
I don't mind that, but if they're gonna do that, they should just stick somebody up there.
Yeah,
Sure,
at
absolutely.
least go at it.
Yeah,
they should put Onana up there.
He probably has the highest passing percentage so far. Oh my god, dude! Like every time I look at my left screen and see the stats of this game, it's just like ridiculous.
Oh, look, that was the
We
one.
have some extended possession, like 10 seconds, 11 seconds. Pass it to Onana.
I don't get it. They had the ball in the attacking third, and then they just went right back to their goalkeeper.
He's our number 10. Onana has to build play, dude. I mean, yikes. Here he comes. Pep is putting him in. Honestly, probably Pep would want him in. If you ask Pep, he was like, yeah, put him in. I'm cool with that.
I mean, Garnacho's probably coming off, yeah?
I would hope Rashford.
You
I
would.
think Garnacho's still. I mean, really, I will want to see the reports after every game of Rashford. The amount of jogging that happens is unreal. Look, Rashford is in the vicinity. Hey, Rashford defended there. See, he must be listening. Tuned in. I mean, he's not playing. He might as well be fucking tuned in.
He's got us in his ear.
I think the great thing about Anthony is that if he doesn't just look like a Premier League footballer, he also looks like he could be in The Wire as well.
Yes, or like from In the Fifth Element, one or the other.
He could be Pookie Diggs from The Projects in The Wire. That would be his name, Pookie Diggs.
The lower level drug dealer. I'm just a middleman, man.
Hey, Pookie, you got the bag? You got the bag, man? I ain't got no straps, so I ain't got no bag, man.
The other Patreon exclusive show is just going to be Mecca running lines from different shows as each character back and forth.
We'll take requests.
Just
like Jafar from Aladdin.
Let the Gabagool just pass the ball. That was my Mickey Mouse impression.
We will follow the fish show with something lighthearted like that.
The fish show isn't the after dark show, the late night show.
Late show. By the way, yesterday we got in the comments in one of our post-match video. I really had to go back and listen to it. That we were swearing, and I
wasn't. I'm a good boy. I don't have to go to confession. You all
Were you swearing? I might have been swearing.
I never swear.
Okay.
Did we get in trouble?
Yeah, I was like, what is that? I have to go back and listen to it. Honestly, photo shows I listen to, especially on YouTube, I feel like we're pretty clean overall. There's the occasional F-bomb, I guess, but
Wait, what happened? Did Facebook come down on us?
no. Somebody commented on YouTube that we were swearing too much. We should grow up.
What?
Yeah, you can't make this shit up, bro.
Do they watch any other other things on YouTube?
They
ever?
only probably watch what Mecca
Play him
for the church.
He's off.
He looked off, didn't he? Oh my god.
Too late. Too late.
To be fair, he's right. That ball should have come earlier. But this is
Yes.
exactly what they don't need, because now everybody's up top and they're not tracking back. So who came out with
It was Rashford.
Okay, so Garnacho went to the other side. These
Yeah.
blonde dye jobs are throwing me off.
That's what used to happen to me in the nightclubs in Dublin in the 1990s.
You were painting your head, or going around like the Blue Man Group, or look at Anthony's defending. Yeah, baby.
There's so much space.
Oh. Send it now.
Play him.
Dude, what the hell? Just send it.
Oh my goodness.
At least make him chase it. You have speed up top. Did he just stop on his head?
We hope so.
Yeah, right. Flatten this head a bit more. Oh
Why
my
would you do
god.
that?
That's a foul. Thank God.
But that's just trying to be clever there. Let's ping it around the box and then we'll release the ball. That's like Ten Hag all over.
Dude, that first ball, if he sends him, I think it was Garnacho, and he has pace, just put it in front of him and see what happens, as opposed to risking it back there, trying to pass it around. It's not like you guys have been playing great build-up football so far, so just play the counter. Do what you're supposed to be. Brian Shelton says, swearing too much, no such thing to a sailor. I mean, we do mark our videos not safe for kids.
Yeah, I mean,
But that's because Mecca is on air. It's not regarding the language.
Ironically, the Fist show will be safe for kids. That will be the only one.
Clean, go.
I don't know how that was.
Now
clean,
play
but-
him.
Play him again.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
They are the worst coached top 10 team I've seen this season. Easily.
On that note,
Is he on?
corner or penalty?
Goal kick. Neither.
Well, yeah, either. He's on.
This is the most active that Fernandez has been because he thinks he might get a chance to score a penalty.
Yeah, that's a goal kick. Who touches the ball for? Yes, that's a goal kick. And a handball to boot.
When they change those camera angles from the replays like rapidly, it looks like an old 1980s music video.
It does.
I liked how VAR looked at that, and we see things not even closely looked at. That's odd.
I think they will. They obviously do look at it. They just choose what to show the broadcast, which is probably what you're saying. It's just weird not to show other things during the broadcast, but you show something like that.
Because I think it looks shadier. Like, you guys don't worry about what we're looking at.
Yeah,
it's nothing that should concern you. Kind of, you know what I mean? It's just,
which comes down to the transparency and just if you're able to hear what's going on.
I like how the commentary can now hear VAR, so at least they tell you they looked at that and it's continued and stuff, because otherwise we would have no idea.
But it could be a slight game of telephone, because they might caught a word or two wrong and then repeated what they thought they heard, and then all of a sudden it's not exactly what they said in the
Like,
VAR
they said
room.
something about a fish show. Speaking
I
of,
think the only reason why we
Tim
don't.
Howard,
Fucking hell.
Come on.
And there he is.
or do we
Phil
pick Foden as the
fucking
guy to be
Foden.
injured instead of Rodri? Fucking hell, dude. There you go. See, all this freaking swearing is getting us in trouble.
See,
But-
here's the thing for me.
Fucking hell.
Like, if I was on the United board, like the money be damned, like just sack Ten Hag tomorrow. His team has no clue, and they're paying for that week to week. Bring Mourinho back for the rest of the season.
That's what I don't understand. Like, how can you be okay with this? And I realize you probably don't want. I mean, this is what's most likely to get you something out of this game, but still, how can you be okay with this? I mean, you're United, or basically that has become pretty much meaningless at this point. Because when was the last time they could play open against a top team and be okay with it?
2012.
Yeah, right. I mean, we're going way back. Oh, he couldn't shoot that bullet when it was a stray bullet. Got a United fan instead. That's one more game at ban.
Well, I mean, United should just go for it now, yeah?
I don't think so. Good one, though. Of
Gold-
course, we say all this management. Wait till we start.
Gold
That's-
differential be damned.
That's Ten Hag kissing up to the board for not sacking him.
Ah, there's the game changer.
There we go. Another. Yep, more kids. Well, one kid out, one kid in, I think.
Look at Garnacho there trying to pick his nose and eat it without being seen.
I dude, definitely saw.
He's been waiting all game. He's like, I wish they would take me out so I can just munch. And Amrabat comes in. Thoughts on Amrabat, by the way? Again, in a very unfair environment, we're judging him, but
They just sound like towns that are involved in the Middle East conflicts. Forcing an Amrabat. Lost 1,200 people today.
yeah, this is gonna get ugly. Because now United looks even more clueless. McTominay is like, I could press, but fuck that. See, here we go, swearing again. United makes
That's
us swear.
actually an insane record to be 123 2-0. When I missed what that was. Never mind.
Went
Shoot.
down by 1-0 or something?
Something I missed that.
Or once they have a lead in the game or something?
I can't rewind. We'll never know.
We might never know. Well, it was a fun ride while
Yeah,
it lasted.
the mood is just been soured. I mean, United still lost. So, like Mecca was saying, it would have been
but
best
now
if
it's
City
almost like I
lost,
want
but
them
it was
smashed.
sort of a win-win because either way, one of these teams dropped points.
Yeah, but I want if United was gonna lose, I wanted like a smashing, so at least it's a little bit of fun. This is more aggravating.
I mean, there's still at least 10 minutes
I
left.
guess,
so-
yeah. The night is young.
This could end 4-1.
I mean, the ease, it's just unreal.
I think it's more aggravating because they're literally giving City the impetus to do all this.
I mean, anything they want. And like you're saying, I don't think we can see it on the screen, but there is no outlet at all. And I have a bad feeling McTominay is your current outlet, by the way. Because that's him, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's to his credit, he's been the one. He's had some huge goals this year.
Yeah, but not on a counter.
Not yet.
There's always a first. This whole Ten Hag system is based on
based
attacking
on
with
just
McTominay.
just happening once for the first time. Doesn't matter when.
There's
He's
a first
booking
for-
trends.
Yeah, there's a first for everything. The book of management. How I managed.
Ask me anything about sending a DM up as your outlet on a counterattack.
I wrote the book on this.
How I changed football, and on the back it says "for the worst."
I mean, to be fair, like Blackburn had a striker crisis in the 90s and they stuck Paul Warhorse, their left back up front, and he scored like 2 hat-tricks in 4 games or something. So maybe that's as far as Ten Hag's library goes, is the 1995-96 Blackburn Rovers season.
But I'm sure the dude was a left back, so I'm sure he was fast.
I don't remember Warhorse being particularly fast either.
How the hell is a left back? But you did say this was way back in the day.
Were wing backs back then fast? I don't think so. Or fullbacks, I mean, because they didn't really go.
It was all 4-4-2 in those days. So they didn't have to be because the wingers did.
Yeah.
So easy.
Yeah.
Are they making it look easy? Is United making it look easy?
Yeah, because they're hopeless.
It's like jogging from one guy to the other. The amount of space every time somebody receives the ball is ridiculous. Like, there is no rushed passes. Yikes, Batman. United is just like, let's save the goal differential, guys. We're finally positive. Let's keep it that way. Because I think they finally are in the positive, right?
Well, not anymore.
Is it possible that they're kind of doing a work to rule kind of thing? They'll show up, they'll do the bare minimum, and then hope Ten Hag gets sacked the next day because they don't like him.
You would think they would have given up on that by now. They've been doing it for freaking months. No, they're actually in the negative again. I guess they were 0, huh?
Yep.
I think that's just ridiculous that the 16, and actually West Ham is a negative 4. Who smashed West Ham that bad?
Wasn't it a lower level? I think it was
United. Arsenal got 6 past them. I mean, yeah. So they lost to United 3-0. They lost to Arsenal 6-0. Then to Forest 2-0. And then they won the last 2 games. But yeah, that's like -10 right there. But you would think, they lost to Fulham 5-0. When they lose,
that's what I was trying to think of.
Style.
Yeah.
14 corners to 2.
Yikes.
That's a bad.
I don't even remember.
I mean, United, they still have Europe to play for. It's just been the most depressing thing about the entire game is that it's not like they don't have anything to play for.
I mean, are they gonna Europa bound, right?
They're 6th right now, so that's Conference League.
They should be in the conference. That's where they should be. I don't know what's called nowadays. The National League?
Non-league, whatever it is.
How's that not a foul on the goalie? Oh my God! What is?
Is he trying to get himself into a headlock there? It's not his plan.
What was that?
That was as close to the fist show as we were getting.
Oh, that was ridiculous. There you go. There's Anthony. One way to go. Take them all on. I mean, what is he supposed to do, to be fair to him?
Yeah, there's not much.
Freaking Foden and his hair, I swear.
Anybody remember the time Marwan Fellaini dribbled the ball off the field from the other side?
You know what the funny thing is? Yesterday, it's funny you mentioned Fellaini. I was watching the Turkish league yesterday, and Fenerbahce was playing against this team. And then, I'm watching something else at the same time. So in the corner of my eye, I saw this guy. I was like, holy shit, Fellaini is in Turkey now? Because I know he went to China and stuff afterwards. This dude looked exactly like him with the big-ass fro, and he was somehow Turkish. I'd never seen a Turkish guy with like a Fellaini hair before.
I think Fellaini retired, didn't he?
I think he's retired now. Looks like he was in. I had to look it up because I told my brother, I was like, dude, I literally thought Fellaini was in Turkey for a second. And no, he was just, I guess he played in China for like 5-6 years. What are we doing? Are you guys serious?
The kids.
United guys stole the ball from each other. Nice.
Just put a third in and just end it now. Because now there's still a little bit of hope. I don't know. I know there shouldn't be. But at least there's still a minimal amount of hope to steal something. But a third would
You're the
But
only
that's
one with
about it.
hope, I think, because United players don't. I
I
mean,
mean,
you can
it's-
just look at the body language.
It's like a 2 out of 100, but something's there.
What are they gonna add to this? 5?
My guess, I'm going 5.
Eight.
What? Oh,
Oh,
there's
United has time to come back and win this thing.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Ten Hag is like, I even wore the same jacket. What the hell is the problem?
Well, Pep took his jacket off, so I think.
Oh, see, there you go. Halftime adjustments made the difference.
That's why they got the second goal. The plan to confuse the City players has failed now by the simple act of removing an item of clothing.
Oh, I thought that was it.
It looked like it was going in.
I know he's in his 30s now, I think, or just approaching the but De Bruyne just because of his facial hair looks like a teenager that pasted his dad's shaving cuttings.
I mean, what the fuck was that? I know we shouldn't be swearing.
Wait, what?
But seriously, what was that? I guess going
put
back to the question I asked about Amrabat.
Put my head down to check Kevin De Bruyne is 32. I look down and I look up, and this is it.
He just got a year younger, Benjamin. I mean, seriously. See, took the jacket off, cooled off. That is ridiculously pathetic. Well, I guess that answers my question about Amrabat.
I have to see that again. I don't even know what happened.
Amrabat just passed it to
playing
Haaland.
it out from the back when you're not able to. That's what it was.
Not only that,
Nice.
I mean, what? Well, there you go.
The stream is dying. It understands what just happened.
I mean, that's just sad. I would be sad. Did he just pick him up from his head? Okay, a lot of disturbing scenes in the celebrations.
This is all going in the fist show. It's all going in the fist show.
I think it should be a compilation of people fisting.
Whoa.
Yeah, that show can go.
that
Nothing goes south. Yeah,
People
whatever
are
I
gonna-
say is gonna go wrong.
People are going to complain about swearing, but that comment, I don't know. I think
Hey,
this
you know what? I can't be responsible for your sick mind. Okay.
You're the one that invited us all here. You're directly responsible.
For the show, baby. For
You
the show.
started all of this.
Ten Hag is like, just because I forgot to take the jacket off.
I was a normal guy till July 2022. And I hooked up with you guys, and it's been downhill ever since.
Wow. This is just. We were teased, hustled.
But we weren't, because we were saying that was they weren't going to hold on with that plan for that long, with no attacking outlets at all. Like, they really had to be better on those 2 attacks straight after the goal.
What? Wow.
Said it could be 4.
it's
Right?
Now I want
trying
it to be 4 or 5.
Now I'm really believing like your theory of they're trying to get Ten Hag fired. I mean, I just can't see you can't be this bad. And then, you can be a jackass all you want up there afterwards and
When it doesn't matter.
look like an even bigger jackass than you normally are, because maybe he saved it to the last. He's like, I was gonna run the last 4 minutes. I mean, this looks like, in FIFA, like when the momentum goes crazy where the other team can't do anything and everybody, that's what it reminds me of. You know what I'm talking about, Mateusz.
It's one of our games, yeah.
I wasn't gonna say that. You went there.
You literally said, you know what I'm talking about, right?
I mean, it could have happened to you when you play against other people. Why do you even take that personally? I mean, well, this will end up being a training match at the end of the day. And yeah, I mean, giving up United players altogether. Look at Amrabat. He's like, give me the ball. I'm going to let you have you guys score again. Ooh, Amrabat can have done his best job yet. And that should have been a yellow, mind you. I don't think he got anything.
I think Foden will be okay.
Dead leg.
Maybe this is like, James Brown used to come out at the end of his concerts and he'd do the knee drop thing, and then have to be helped off the stage, but then he'd come back on. He'd be like, no, I'm going to give the people what they want for the last song, and he'd come back on, throw the cape down, and then start doing all of that. This is what this is.
Trevor says, after the World Cup, who would have thought Amrabat would just be a Dollar Tree Joe Gomez? I mean, honestly, I did not leave the World Cup saying, oh, somebody's going to get this guy. This guy is so good, or anything like that either. But again, it came to we need somebody in that position. It was desperate times at the end, I think. But
yeah.
And again, I don't know. I mean, Endo has made mistakes and stuff like that too, especially in the beginning. He had one yesterday. But I don't know, he goes into that system when there are people in front of him pressing and stuff. You look a lot better as a defensive player if the people in front of you are doing some kind of work as well.
Yep.
Because at least you get to clean up stuff. There's nothing to clean up over here. Like, everybody from City who gets the ball has at least 5 seconds.
Yeah. Speaking of Endo, obviously McAllister Nunez getting a lot of credit and praise for the goal yesterday, but Endo should get a little bit more credit for putting the pressure on right outside the box there to cause that turnover, honestly.
Yes, good point.
I think he's very good at that. He's very good at picking his moments to step out of that 6 and not let teams play out. It's hard to tell which set of fans that is with all the empty seats. It could be either.
I was just thinking the same thing. Which stand are we looking at here? But there's a red scarf there. I like the guy yelling and talking shit to the City fans I assume on the other side. Which planet are you from?
Here's the spoiler, or ironically, that red scarf is the scarf that was made after the red and black kit that City wears. So we still don't know if it's a City or United fan.
See, United.
Yes, just go backwards still.
I feel like they're warming up into the game a little now.
You give them 10 more minutes. Maybe we'll see something.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, a critical foul. They'll get it, and then it'll be worthless.
You know what? If they score off of this, there might be a 1 goal in the goal differential at the end of the year that can make or break this entire season. So let's just pull for something here, guys. Let's end on a.
I know. I'm done. I'm done rooting for United.
It's going way over the bar.
It was just a phase I grew out of really fast. I mean, look at those stats, dude. That's ridiculous. It's like one team didn't even play at all, which ultimately is that. Numbers don't lie, people. Yeah, the ref is like, enough of this bullshit. It's like that Spider-Man meme over there when they were shaking hands. Oh, wow. So,
damn it.
What did we learn today, kids?
Nothing.
Never hope for anything from Manchester United.
Yes, the fish show is going to be great. And that's about it, I think. Yikes. Yeah, they really hustled us into thinking we're going to get something out of it, but I guess not. So next week's game now, Mecca, before we head out over here, seeing this today, does it tell you anything about next week?
No, that's the unfortunate thing. Like, if United had tried and it was a 3-1 game, and it was a resounding like back and forth, just down to goalkeepers almost. Then we could say, we've something to worry about, but I have no clue.
Yeah.
Because you didn't do anything after the goal. It was like they were surprised that they even scored or had a shot.
Yeah, what do we do now?
Yeah,
this wasn't in the plans.
I thought we were supposed to hang on till the 80th minutes and then try to counterattack. They were like, we scored. Maybe they scored too early.
I mean, it says a lot that Bournemouth. It was at Bournemouth last week that they got that last minute goal.
Yeah.
Bournemouth put up more of a fight and more of a threat than Manchester United. So the only thing I could say is if we can make sure we understand their patterns of play and deal with them out in those wide areas, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, I mean the biggest question, I guess, is we don't know who's gonna be able to face them. That's more than anything else. But Mateusz, did you learn anything about City you didn't know?
No, I mean I think they're weaker than City sides have been in the last few years. They're not. They don't. It's not like they don't have kryptonite, but I think it's going to come down to what we always expected, and it was going to come down to that game at Anfield. And whatever happens between Arsenal and City in that match won't matter if next week doesn't go in our way. I think because if Arsenal beats City and City beats us, I mean that kind of puts you behind two teams then, really. So I think it's going to be a title defining game next week for sure. But I'm not saying anything that we don't know.
Honestly, like what I see throughout this game, there were so many occasions where we were just like, just release him. Like, there were so many opportunities. And I think if you can get Nunez or Mo on one of those balls, and I have more confidence in us being able to do that, this City team can be had on the counter. I think that's the only freaking positive we can probably take out of this day. But, well, gentlemen, that was fun until it was all fun and games until City started freaking
fun until it wasn't.
Until Foden's helmet head came out. But hey, either way, regardless of what happens, top of the league, maybe Sheffield United will. I mean, they can't do any less than what United.
Foden's what came out?
Helmet.
What game are you watching? This is more for the fist show.
I'm saving some of this material for the fish show. But yes, Mateusz is already scared of the gaming show now after this. But yeah, it should be some interesting times. But yeah, as always, thanks to all those watching, joining us for the watch along. The Patreon we keep talking about regarding this gaming show and the disposal of the fish show and everything like that, you can kind of subscribe to. I'll shoot a link right here, so it is on the video as well. We even have like a $1 tier now, where you can kind of like join in and won't get access to everything, but you will get a lot of extended clips to give you a taste of things to come or taste of things you're missing, so you fully commit kind of a deal. But Mecca, Mateusz, thank you, gentlemen. Get rid of that background. We're done. We should have gotten rid of that 30 minutes ago, Mateusz. We're done with that thing. Have a great Sunday, everybody, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Take care.